We are dangerously close to SORA releasing, but there's so much more to talk about, so let's break it all down right now. Block content. What's happening, my block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. And of course, this is going to be your blocked content for today. It's so exciting because we are just days away now from having SORA, the final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate newcomer, releasing in the game. And a lot of people have sent me messages about, kind of break down all the characters that were left in the dust, and also what's to be for the future, and what we can expect in that incredible final reveal. Like, SORA just happening with all those Disney connections has been incredible, but also some people have had questions about certain aspects of SORA coming into Smash Bros. Ultimate, and some stuff that's there and some stuff that's missing, and other stuff that's just a little bit strange about the fact that Kirby doesn't really get a Keyblade when he absorbs SORA. Even though, of course, his standard special move does use the Keyblade. So how do they solve that problem, and why is it like canon and story-wise that Kirby can't actually hold a Keyblade? That's all really interesting, and I wanted to dive into that as well because, well, Mr. Sakurai actually talked about that. Yes, he shared some more information about the character, and there's also another spirit board coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so that's all still happening, and it's actually a really big one, something really special. So hope you guys are excited about that, and of course all the Nintendo Switch Online news, which is also incredible, and a lot of people have been talking about the pricing. But yes, I've just recently gotten the upgrade too. I'm going to do that with the family pack, and I have a bunch of friends now that I share it with, so I will be able to stream to you guys with all these incredible Nintendo 64 games. So maybe we can play some Mario Tennis or Mario Kart, or maybe even Lilith Wars like Star Fox Online. That'd be cool. So if you haven't already, send an email to Blocked Content if you have any questions, thoughts, or maybe even news that you want us to report on. Send an email to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I might actually answer your questions here on the show. Well, I'll see you guys around the corner. So let's talk a little bit about that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate news, and I first wanted to dive into all the Kirby and the Keyblade stuff because that is just lore, right? That is just official story. That is Kingdom Hearts lore that is now making its way into the game, which I think is really special because, yeah, they could have just not bothered with all that stuff. And it has two main reasons, right? The first reason would probably be that Nintendo has sort of a deal with Square Enix and Disney to adhere to all their rules, right? They would probably say stuff like SORA has to be represented in this way, and yes, he can have the Mickey Mouse keychain, but he can't have Donald and Goofy, or if other characters use the Keyblade, it has to appear in a different way. That's why Mario used it in a different way in his trailer too. So yeah, that's all of that, stuff that they really don't want to mess with too much. All that official lore. So even though Smash Brothers is this big crossover game, and the characters represented are sort of like trophy versions of themselves, they're not the real characters, they still want to adhere to the rules of those series, which I think is really incredible. So Jametrius Brown Hobson actually posted this, and it was originally on GameRant.com, and it says, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate explains why Kirby doesn't get a Keyblade when he absorbs SORA from Kingdom Hearts. The creator of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Masahiro Sakurai, confirms why Kirby can't wield a Keyblade after copying SORA. And of course, all the memes about Kirby copying different characters and now having that SORA hairdo is, of course, incredible, and I love that look. Well, after Super Smash Bros. Ultimate creator Masahiro Sakurai announced Kingdom Hearts' SORA as the game's final DLC character, he took to Twitter to post images of Kirby with SORA's abilities copied, as is tradition whenever a new fighter releases. However, while these images show Kirby making use of SORA's wide range of magical abilities, they cleverly don't show the pink puffball using SORA's Keyblade, which confused those who've never played Kingdom Hearts. In a recent tweet with images showing SORA and Sora Kirby practicing magic together, Sakurai of SORA, of course, clarified why Kirby doesn't use Sora's Keyblade whenever he uses abilities. The simple answer is that he can't. While Kirby's copy abilities are stronger than their original owners, he can't force Sora's Keyblade, or forge it at all, or any of the others for that matter, to come to him. And anyone that's played Kingdom Hearts likely already knows the reason why. Quote, "Only a chosen Keyblade wielder can wield a Keyblade," is more or less the translation of Sakurai's original tweet, and it falls in line with Kingdom Hearts lore. Keyblades have minds of their own and will refuse to work for anyone other than their chosen wielder or wielders with close ties to their chosen. In other words, before Kirby can run around with his new friends' Keyblade, he'd have to be capable of wielding one without a copy ability. And to do that, he would have to have a strong heart. Sakurai confirmed the theory only a Keyblade wielder can use a Keyblade. Kingdom Hearts has tackled this copy concept in its own canon as well. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind's final boss, Yozora, can temporarily take Sora's Keyblade away from him and copy its magic-producing abilities. However, because he isn't a chosen Keyblade wielder, Yozora can't physically use the Keyblade or keep it away from Sora for very long, as the weapon will always return to its chosen wielder, even if the wielder themselves doesn't want it. It's important to note that while Kirby has a pure heart, that is not synonymous with a strong heart, as individuals like Master Xehanort can freely wield hundreds of Keyblades while being as evil as can be. Now, if it were only up to Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts' director Tetsuya Nomura might have designed a Keyblade for Kirby to use, but as it stands, Disney might make such a thing complicated, as they have a controlling interest over the Kingdom Hearts property. Some speculate that the company was why it was so hard to get Sora into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the first place. And I would actually agree. I mean, the mere fact that this is happening is the biggest deal in the universe. I think that Kirby having that Keyblade is not that big of a deal. If he doesn't, and it's sort of a magic version of it, that is totally fine. We now have our Disney in, well, it's Super Smash Bros. Game, right? That is just incredible to just see how far we've come, I think is incredible. So to have it any which way and to have that lore of Kingdom Hearts still count in Smash Brothers, I think is amazing. And there's ties to Kingdom Hearts 3 as to why Sora was away for a little bit, and it might have been Smash Brothers, right? He was even away from Goofy and Donald, so that also in canon kind of makes sense. Of course, you can look way into it, but of course, that's what this show is all about. So, of course, today's comment question is, well, what do you want to see in terms of Sora, right? Is there anything that you are particularly excited about? Of course, answer a comment question in the comments down below, and I might actually feature it in our next episode. And as for a previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from our user, Savi the Gamer. And yes, he's being quite real, and I wanted to cover this for you guys. Okay, Callum, I know that you have to cover leaks and stuff, yet Sora hasn't been even out yet, and you're talking about the next installment of Smash? I love your videos, yet the franchise probably ends with Ultimate, and if there's going to be a next game, it's probably going to be in 10 or so years, and probably Sakurai won't develop it. Now, for the main thing, a Switch 2 is, in my opinion, very unlikely to happen now or in the near future, as Nintendo just released their new OLED model, and it's basically their response to the next-gen consoles. It's a larger screen, different design, and technically looks better, so a Switch 2 will probably, like a Smash 6, come out when the OG Switch and the other models currently in the market become old and can't compete with other consoles, basically becoming obsolete. Have a very nice day, and thank you for reading. Well, Savi the Gamer, thank you so much for your comment. Very insightful and very truthful. So yes, I do actually really want to pick out information that still is relevant. So I do cover the news and the leaks as they come. And of course, you guys are sending me this too. So that gets an interest from the fans. So I get to make that content too, which, you know, makes me very happy to oblige. But of course, let's not look into the future all that much. But Savi, thank you for being so kind and so real. And I totally agree. There's a lot of different aspects about Smash Brothers and the Switch 2, of course, that we can cover, and some of them that we have to leave alone for now. So of course you can support blocked content any which way. If you go to patreon.com/blockedcontent, you can simply donate and become a part of the show. Please subscribe to this channel. You get all the content whenever it drops. Like this video, and I'll see you guys around the corner where there will always be more blocked content, and I'll just see ya.